Welcome to Left Side of Fashion, your fashion edutainment. This segment, Eco AF, I, Bunny Yen, will be inviting students from around the world to share their kick-ass eco projects. Today's guests, Alberto and Ferris, are students from Central St. Martin, University of the Arts, London. We're going to hear how they turn used packaging into fashion.
Hi.
Hey, welcome guys.
Thank you. My name is Alberto, first of all, and I'm Italian. And I'm Ferris from Morocco.
Ah, wow.
Yes.
A lot of languages right now in this group.
Yeah,
It
Arabic,
is pretty
French,
cool.
Italian.
So your project, tell me about it, because you're trying to turn all the used packaging into fashion, correct? How did it all start?
You go. So how did everything started? It was actually like a bit funny, so before coronavirus happened, once in the street, we found, here in Paris, we were already here, we found a shopping bag. And with some boxes inside, and we took it.
A Louis Vuitton shopping bag.
A Louis Vuitton shopping bag. And we took it and we brought it home. And then we were with some friends at home, we were just chilling at the night. And then I had this idea, why don't I just use it? Because I saw the bag and the two strap. And I said, wow, that's like a dress. So I put it on, and it looked very bad on me.
But
he put it on, and he looked bad. So like, why don't we just create clothes using that? And this is how it started. And then when quarantine started, we already started collecting some bags. We were super bored, and we were like, yeah, let's just do it.
I mean, it was like, it was an exciting project because I was like, okay, I do fashion menswear, so I make clothes and he does communication. So he's like communication side, he knows, like he takes pictures, blah, blah, blah. And me, I make clothes. So I was excited about the project as he was excited because it was kind of a communication tool that we were using by doing those clothes with the shopping bags.
Yeah, I saw your the project pictures. It's really nice, and let's share it with everyone. And this shows that how many different brands are out there are using all different material to just packaging their stuff, correct?
Exactly.
So this one was like, we basically took the shopping bags, lay it on the floor, cut the shape, and then we're like, oh, it looks so ugly with just the cardboard. And then I was like, come on, like I do fashion, so I use fabric. And I was like, okay, let's just use dust bags. And then we use dust bags too to cover it. And to me, I think it's my favorite.
But also, I think, for me, that I was outside the point of view, I didn't know how to make clothes. So for him, it was much easier to let's just make this shape. For me, it was starting from zero. So for me, it was also interesting to learn how you make the patterns, how you're creating a shape. First of all, how did we collect all these shopping bags? Because we didn't own all these brands. It's like we started going.
No, rich student, very rich student.
We started going to first of all, it was like a technique. So first of all, I went and we started going to the boutiques, and everyone would say, no, I'm sorry, we can't give it to you. And then we started going to shopping malls, so where you have all the brands, and we would towards the end of the day where people start getting tired, and I would go ask to the youngest one that could understand with my student ID, and then it's there that people started to give it to us, so we collected them. And the interesting bit was the shopping bag is not that big, and also you can't use all of that because there is the folding, maybe some of them are too hard, so we had to check how to do this. We would lay them and we would create a kind of a fabric, and then from that we could create a shape.
I really enjoy all the different silhouettes. Like this piece right here, I think it's gorgeous. So did you put rivets on the sides of Yves Saint Laurent bag?
We added buttons on top. You're talking about the white people. Yeah. So because basically each look is a person who wanted to create characters. So the first one that you showed is the Muslim. So she's wearing the full-on niqab with full on. And then this one, if there's another picture, this is the chef look. So we did the super tight skirt, kind of sexy, the top that reminds a bit the shape of the top of the chef, and then the hat and everything. So that was the chef look.
That's it's more like Gordon Ramsay look when you're trying to chuck.
Yeah, that was the inspiration of the pictures. Yeah. Because I was watching the film and they're always angry and everything. So yeah. And we also made Chanel biscuits, but we decided not to put it in the project.
Yeah, it didn't come out very nice.
Yeah, but you should bring it to me. I love biscuits.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll send
Remember that next time. Now we go to more of a sexy project. Chanel.
Yeah, sexy. Yeah, sexy or like, you know, chill kind of project.
Okay. Yes.
It was like, the idea was Netflix and chill kind of boy.
Yeah.
I see. That should be the cover for Netflix and Chill. Is that from a dust bag too?
That's a dust bag, and we also made a pillow.
Oh my god, I love the red.
Yeah.
The red is from Taz?
So,
Oh,
Taz,
cool.
Louis Vuitton, Louboutin, Gucci, and other brands.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I love that. Ooh, you were kicking that away from me.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
Yes. You know, I love that because in the luxury goods sector, even though a lot of different brands are owned by the same mother company, they still all compete with each other. And you don't really see when they just get together instead of competing on sales. Like, you know what? We all have the same problem. Let's make something beautiful, wonderful out of it instead of like trying to see who can hide the problem the most.
An external point of view, like a customer point of view, we look at all the brands together. So I think for us, it made sense to have them all next to each other. You know what I mean?
Yes, I completely agree with that.
And the point was also like, try to see like, because of course like the dust bag and the shopping bags is the cheap, like whenever you go buy something or anyway of what they produce, that's probably the cheapest thing they produce. But still, because the name is on it,
The logo, yeah.
the name and the logo is on it, that creates a kind of like as if it is like a luxury product, even if it is not. So the idea was trying to put it together and create a full outfit out of it, and try to challenge the idea of, look, there is just a logo and it's made out of paper, but it could still look expensive.
Yeah, that's such a good statement you just made. And they do put in so much effort into making the packaging of the product because it's the whole experience. It's making you feel good. It makes you feel important to get all these extra pieces. But what are we going to do after that? Like, think about how you can give the next person the chance of extending that, promoting your product. There is one product that I really like what they did with the packaging. It's a Disney one of Moana. It's a toy. But you've seen the movie Moana?
No.
It's a bit Maui. Okay, so she's a Polynesian girl who needs to ultimately fight the battle between good and evil. There's a twist. I don't want to.
Don't say
but it's like a boating culture, sail culture. So the entire packaging, although it's cardboard, you can turn it into a sailboat that she can be on.
That's really cool.
So you don't include extra packaging. You think the packaging with it, and you have more fun, extend the life of it.
Yeah.
This could be that. Like maybe we should print cut marks on there for the next project.
Why not?
Like there's so much potential in that. Let's look at the next picture.
So that
Chanel
was a
again.
swimmer.
Is that dust bag too or paper?
No, it's paper.
It's paper.
Yeah. This one was
Probably the most difficult one to create.
I think also maybe the first one we did kind of.
Yeah.
I mean the first, like when we thought good about the project, we were like, oh my gosh, a Chanel swimsuit with cardboard would look so sexy.
It is.
Yeah.
And you are such a great model. You can see all your expression and emotions
I
through
know
all
how
your
to get
pictures.
face.
You get great face. And this one, is that one of the early projects when you see like, oh, here's a two-strap, you can put the halter over?
Exactly. This was literally like the first one we did.
So like it's the easiest one. I think it's maybe the less thought one, but it's the one that gives you, like, that makes you understand how the project started, kind of.
So I saved this to the end because that's my favorite silhouette.
Okay.
This one.
The wedding look.
I love it. I love the whole homage to almost like modest clothing. It's like we're not always have to go back to showing off everything. We could just stay with the art of it, the form, which is beautiful when we were still in school, you know? You don't think about like, hey, where are you gonna wear it to? But you just looking at the visual, like how it can just wow you by walking down the runway, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a bit like, we wanted to create one of them that would be just like really not wearable, but like that would kind of create like a sea, like a wow effect. And also this I think was one of the other ones which was most difficult because actually it's a circle and it's a 3 meters diameter. Mm-hmm. So we had to cut with paper, like also like
super straight and everything.
And like a 3 meters is not even easy like to trying to fit a room where that thing is gonna fit, and it's super heavy.
And also, I think wedding look is the one you can go the craziest. You know, like your wedding, you want to wear the craziest shit ever. So I think that one, like, it was made on purpose to be too much because it's my wedding. You know what I mean? It's just one wedding, so I do it grandiose.
Yeah, I think that's great, and I love the covering too. That is a table doily.
That's actually I took it from my grandma's house, and basically in Italy we have, like, it's like an old thing to use on a window. You put it on to not make, like, from outside, to not let people see you, but also to still have like to still be possible to do it. And it was, yeah, and it's actually, it was like, yeah, no, it's actually like that, and it's handmade actually.
Yeah, it's all handmade. Yeah.
But unfortunately, it all broke, so she wouldn't use it anymore, and so that's why I asked her to it. By the time, it was very common to have things handmade, so, like, it's not like now, which is super expensive.
When you think luxury, when you think out there fashion, you associate that with how expensive it can be.
Yeah.
That is not true. Just see what you can do out of packaging. It's freaking amazing. And cutting such a big pattern out of that. And these things, we all pretty much just throw it in the garbage.
Yeah.
And for US, 1/3 of our landfill is packaging. Can you believe that? Yeah, 1/3. And in Europe, like, it's pretty much 30 million tons every single year. So, like, I was trying to visualize it, because whenever you have a big number, it's really hard to visualize how big it is. So a regular 4-door car, like 4-door sedan, weigh about a ton. So that's 30 million tons a year. So that means a car every second that's going there. Because it's like 31 million second in a year.
So cool if we could have access to all of it.
We could make so many looks out of that.
I know. Just one car. And you think about weight of a car, and you think about, like, how much package can cover because they're light. So the value in itself is just,
it's major,
huge. And yes, of course, it's a problem, but there's so much potential. It's like, if you have a gathering site, if all the brands work together, like, hey, you know, we don't have to create our own system of gathering these. What if we make into a contest? What if we make into a collection center just for that? And for students, and for anybody who wants to invent into something else, like, create that momentum without saying, like, okay, this is my project, but saying, like, this is everybody's project.
Yeah, obviously, of course. I mean, we did that too. I think before, like, for example, I don't know, like in London, they have landfills of, like, metal pieces or whatever. You just go there and you can get basically anything you want and reuse it however you want. Because anyway, or sometimes they sell it, but, like, anyway, like, they're meant to go to the bin. So, you know, like, might as well use it and give it a second life. I think that's nicer.
I know. And there's that one shop in Copenhagen I saw. It says, like, third hand. Instead of second hand. It's like, oh yeah, we already started with second life. Let's start with the third life.
Third life.
Yes.
Until it's never finished.
Well, that's all the time we have today. So I would like to give you the last minute shout out to anybody you would like.
So we thought of a friend who's Turkish, and she opened her brand called Atelier Tenera, where they make clothes, all eco printing and dyeing with natural fibers and natural, you know, like, plants and everything. And I think she's doing a really great project. She started to, like, you know, sell to the big public and, like, sensibilize everyone. So I think she's a great one to shout out to. And
the clothes are actually very nice.
Yeah,
like, it's
really
not just about.
Not that only they're good, they actually something.
No,
yeah, they actually look good. And this is actually something, like, interesting, that when you see something that looks good, and then you also learn that
it's done in a special way.
Yeah, exactly.
Then it's even more special.
Yeah, totally agree. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Van.
Bye.
Thank you.